All praises to Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. This lesson's going to be going into hairstyles, man, alright? And how the Bible tells us that there's certain things that we shouldn't be doing as men in regards to our hair. And there's even certain things that women shouldn't be doing in regards to their hair as well. For example, women are not supposed to make their head bald, man, right? And women are not supposed to shave off the sides of their head, just like how men are not supposed to shave off the sides of their head, right? But as you can see here, I typed in crazy African American hairstyles and then I put in men, right? And you can see all the different types of hairstyles, and most of these, as you can see, have got the sides of the hair trimmed now. Let me just quickly go to the precept to show what I'm trying to show. Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 27. Ye shall not round the corners of your heads, neither shall you mar the corners of thy beard. Alright, so you're not supposed to just be cutting off the sides of your hair all the time, man. Right, you're not supposed to do that. Verse 28, ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. I am Yahweh. And the thing that you do with your hair can end up leading into the things that people end up doing in regard into tattoos, man, because this whole hair thing is a form of self-expression, right? So people might want to say, see, I want to show people what I'm about, that I'm a bit of a wacky character. So I'm going to show it with my hair so that I let my hair do the talking. And then they might be like, well, you know what? I can show people that I'm a bit of what I'm about with my tattoos as well. You see? That can quite easily happen, man. We ain't supposed to be doing all of these crazy hairstyles that are of the world, man. To where you end up looking like this one here that you see with the spiky afro with the purple dyed tips on there, you know? We're supposed to just have normal hairstyles, man. And what does that mean to have normal hairstyles? Your hair will be all on one level as a man, up to a certain height. You're not supposed to do no taper fade or nothing like that. And what's the point of making your hair with a reason to cause you to go against Yahweh, right? What do you care about your hair so much for that you're trying to do that, man? Who are you trying to exactly? You ain't supposed to have Basquiat, Michael Basquiat hairstyle neither. That same kind of hairstyle that Jay-Z's got, right? You ain't supposed to be doing all these wacky hairstyles to try and garnish attention to you. You're not supposed to be doing that, man. And men are not supposed to have their hair long like a woman's neither, right? Which, because our women are cursed now, even having your hair like a number 4 all over, in some cases, you might have more hair than some of our women, man, right? And if a woman hears that's wicked, well, the scriptures say that that's what happened to your hair, man. So don't get mad at us, get mad at yourself for the things that you did. Don't get mad at me, be mad with yourself for going off, man, right? Let me get some more scriptures. Let me get some more. Where did it say hair uncovered? Let me see. But 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 5, but every woman that prayeth or prophesieth with her head uncovered dishonoureth her head, for that is even all one as if she was shaven. Exactly, so women are supposed to shave their heads off, man, right? But women in this world, they do that, right? Especially our women, because a lot of them end up losing their hair because they were putting all these crazy texturizers in there. They were putting weave in their hair and leaving that string in for way too long. They'll be tying that weave tighter than they tie their shoelaces, right? They'll be doing these crazy things to their hair, spending 4 or 5 hours to get their hair done. So and spending a whole lot of money to buy these different hairs from different countries and all of that, right? So it's expensive. So that's the reason why they leave it in too long, and it even causes more damage to their hair, man. Right? And it ends up stinking. They end up having to smack. Like, you're not supposed to, right? You're not supposed to. And there's one particular brother that I've seen, one particular Israelite that I've seen, that he had a cornrows hairstyle, right? And then I seen a video, and he was teaching, and I seen him doing that typical thing that Eve does, where she pats her head, right? And he must have realized, man, I ain't supposed to be patting my head like no woman, because he cut his hair off, right? Ended up cutting his hair off, but it looked like he cut his hair and ended up cutting his hair and replacing it with a shape-up type of hairstyle, a male shape-up type of hairstyle, man, which is still going off to be having that shape-up thing, because you're not supposed to do that, right? We're not supposed to have that, man. And it's not worth going about to have a shape-up just because you want to try and get some kind of particular image out there, man. If you're thinking, oh, I'm gonna get a shape-up to attract some women, right? Well, Yahweh could say, you know what? Since you wanted to try and get that specialized worldly hairstyle to attract some women, I'm gonna not make none of these women be attracted to the hairstyle. Or we could say, you know what? I am gonna make a woman be attracted to that hairstyle, but the woman that I'm gonna send your way is gonna be a demon, right? It's gonna be a wicked woman that's gonna cause you to go off. Verse 7. For a man indeed ought not to cover his head. Right? So when this goes into what the apostles have told us, man, about how when you're teaching, you're not supposed to just be covering up your head, man. And some people be trying to use the head covering thing as a disguise to hide a fade under there, man. Right? Or a disguise to hide that they've really got long hair like a female under there. Right? But we're not supposed to be doing none of that long hair stuff. And we're not supposed to be faking like we're a Nazarite neither, when we know that we're not. We ain't supposed to be no fake Nazarite, man. We ain't supposed to do that. It's not worth it. Worth trying to do all that for a hairstyle. It's not worth it, man. For a man indeed ought to not cover his head, for as much as he's the image and glory of the Most High. But the woman is the glory of the man, exactly. The woman is our glory, man, and that's why her hair ain't supposed to be getting just shown to everybody, man. Her hair is not supposed to be getting shown to all and sundry, man. Our woman's hair is for us now. Most brothers, women, right? I would assume when they go outside, they don't take that into account. Most women in this world ain't gonna take that into account. They want everyone to see what they're working with out here for the most part in this world, man. And that's not to try and bear false witness, but I'm just saying in general, most women in this society, they don't want to try and hide their beauty, so that only their man gets to enjoy that. They wanna try and show their beauty to the world, and then when they come home in front of their man a lot of the time, that's when they have the worst image. That's when they start taking everything off that they put on to impress the people that are outside. That's how it normally goes in this world. Verse 8. For man is not of the woman, but the woman is not of the man. Neither was man created for the woman, but the woman for the man. For this cause ought the woman to have power on her head because of the angels. Neither is the man without the woman, neither the woman without the man in the Lord. For as the woman is of the man, even so is the man also by the woman, but all things of God. Judge yourselves, is it comely that a woman pray unto God uncovered? Exactly. So then if you got that question, is it comely for a man to pray with his head covered? No, it wouldn't be, right? But then it's also not comely for a man to pray with a hairstyle on his head that Yahweh said we shouldn't have. If Yahweh said you ain't supposed to mar the corners of your head, well, how are you going to look praying to him, right? Asking for some kind of forgiveness with a hairstyle that you know that you ain't got no business having. You already know that you wasn't supposed to have that hairstyle, and now you try and be slick and say, now I'm going to get this hairstyle back again. And this ain't me hating because my hairline's receded and I got one I got one hairstyle, yeah, shaved off with no razor, right? That's the hairstyle that some brothers I've got the ability to have. They got one choice. Everything else looks clapped. But hey, but that's not them hating. And would these brothers want to have hair? Maybe, yeah. Would we want to be able to grow our hair back again? Yeah. But guess what? That's not our challenge, man, because it's been made easy for us to be able to know what hairstyle we want to have. But for some other people out there, they could probably grow that Absalom length hair, right? But Yahweh will be examining the scene. All right, let me see what if he's going to do a crazy, Let me see if he's going to do a crazy hairstyle. Yahweh don't want us to do none of that, man. You don't want us to be picking up no crazy hairstyles. Let me go, Salaki. Let me go back to these and see what else the people are doing, man. You see, it's actually ends up becoming a feminine thing to be doing all these crazy hairstyles, man. To where now you might not even be able to sleep without having a head covering when you sleep at night because your hair is so long. You gotta protect your hair. But that's what women do, right? That's what women do, man. So we ain't supposed to be putting ourselves in a position where we gotta copy some of the same things now that our woman does. Like there's a new trend these days of men wearing those hood rat hairnets that women be wearing, man, which women shouldn't even be wearing outside. When it says a head covering, it's not talking about that, right? It's not talking about that because I've never seen a woman wearing one of those, right? That isn't a hood rat. And that's why I call it personally a hood rat hairnet, man, because I've never seen no woman outside with that on their head that hasn't got a loud mouth running her gums, man. I never seen it before in my life. And when I see those kind of people, I try my best to avoid even looking at them past a certain distance. If I'm 100 meters away, plus I'll be like, all right, I'll look in that way. I'm disgusted with that hairnet. But as getting closer, I want to look at them people, man, because that's almost like a sign that that person's bugged out, man. Just like how men having dreads and long dreads like this is a sign that that person could potentially be or is bugged out, man. Because if you're an Israelite and you're saying that you're an Israelite, you ain't supposed to be having no long dreads anymore. You're supposed to have cut that off and done away with that kind of thing, man. You're supposed to reject the old ways of having that kind of hairstyle, which in the past some brothers probably used to do them things or used to have them long hairstyles or used to even go to the barber shop like once a week, or some people even go to the barbers like every 3 days, which then nothing's even happening when you do that, by the way. The so-called shaper that you're getting, the barber's just like, man, let me take this fool's money, but this ain't even really looking no different. It's too extra, you know. It's too extra, man, and it ultimately goes into glorying in yourself when you're doing these things. Jeremiah chapter 9 and verse 23. Thus saith Yahweh, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom, neither let the mighty man glory in his might, let not the rich man glory in his riches, but let him that glorieth glory in this, that he understandeth and knoweth me, that I am Yahweh, which exercise loving kindness, judgment, and righteousness in the earth. For in these things I delight, saith Yahweh. So we ain't supposed to glory in how smart we think we are. Or I know algebra, or I know how to build a house, right? Or I know how to do all the different types of DIY under the sun. So what? Do you know what the Lord's name is? Oh, I'm a boxer, or I'm a MMA artist, or I'm a Taekwondo specialist, or I'm specialized in short range and long range firearms. I specialize in all weapons. So what? Do you know what the new covenant is? Or you ain't supposed to say I'm rich. My stocks portfolio is through the roof. I'm 1,000% up this year. Well, so what? Do you understand what prophecy is related towards money that's coming in the future? That if you take that, you're going to be destroyed? Do you know that? So what's the worth of glorying in yourself when Yahweh can quite easily crush you? Easily. I'm going to end the lesson there, and Lord, will I do another lesson on not glorying in yourselves, but on a different topic, man. All praises to Yahweh, Basham Yahweh Shai. Ba'Shem Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the nation of Israel. Shalom.